Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 3 or 4, 3 I think we are at, of my single eyeshadow collection Declutter. And this time I'm actually going to be taking a look at specific colors and trying to reduce the amount of eyeshadows I have. Specifically in my previous declutters, I just went through all of my palettes that were divided by color, and what I did is remove eyeshadows that I either don't use anymore or that I could immediately notice that I didn't like, or things that I could just catch that I wanted gone. And that was the first one. And this second round instead is going through every eyeshadow palette and comparing it also to my other shaped palettes, like my Little Cosmetics and my Makeup Geek, for example, per color story, to make sure I don't have too many of the same colors. Of course, there is always a little bit of overlap in items that I want to keep, for example, like for example my Makeup Geek eyeshadows, but yeah, I will keep some doubles, maybe not a lot, I hope. Let me start with taking out a color and laying all of my eyeshadows out. Okay, this is actually not a huge amount. I'm gonna start with my corals, and I swatched these already, of course. So these are the ones that, let's say, survived the first round of Declutter. But I want to make sure that my shimmers, for example, are not overlapping with each other. These are all like peachy and duochromes. And here I have a few of the Glam Shop shimmers that I own, that I want to make sure there's no overlap. So you can see that this one has more of a pink shift with a yellow base, and these are really peach. I think I don't need both of these. I think one is, this one I'm Peachless, and this one is Prism. They're very similar, to be honest. I'm gonna get rid of I'm Peachless. And here we have a few more darker shimmers that are in the more orangey coral family. Oh, this is gorgeous. Salamander by Cleona. I can get rid of Travel to Mars because I think Misty is nicer. I think this is, no, this is not Misty, this is Thank You Next by Colourpop. And comparing them with my Lethal Cosmetics shimmers, which actually are much more pink. I thought they were more coral. This one's more of a coral, but also actually quite unique compared to the others. So that's not a problem. I also have this one that I pulled out, but I realized this is very pink actually. It has nothing to do with this, so I'll check it with the pinks rather. And now we come to the mattes. This one, as you can see, actually has oxidized, so I think it's actually pretty pink, corally underneath and not so orange. It's more of the effect of UV with the eyeshadows. But see, these two are exactly the same. This is Wait For It, and this is Quick Save. This one will be more pink, I think. Yeah. But I also have this pink, for example. Oh, but this one is more neutral, this one is a bit brighter. I think this one's too orange to be compared here. Yeah, has nothing to do with it, from Makeup Geek. And these ones might actually be similar. Pumpkin from Makeup Geek. It's a bit more pink, but again, very similar to these ones. And this one right here, which is Summer Lovin' from Makeup Geek. I think I do not need all of 4 of these. I'd like to keep at least one round pan because it helps with visually pleasing palettes that I like. And these two from Makeup Geek are discontinued, so it doesn't really make sense for me to do BYOPs if I'm talking about duping, but I do like them, I think, better than Wait For It by Colourpop. Oh, this is so difficult. I surely don't need all three, and I also already have this one from Lethal Cosmetics that is very similar. I'm gonna get rid of Summer Lovin', that's this shade right here, and Wait For It. I'm gonna keep these two from that, from this family, let's say. This is a much pinker coral, and I don't really have anything that's similar. This one is a bit deeper, this one is a bit pinker, but you can also see the difference in the pans, which is the good thing. This one is one of the more pinky ones. It's called Making Moves, but it has a beautiful red undertone that I cannot let go of. And then here we have a bit more real coral, let's say. This is Poppy by Makeup Geek. So beautiful, damn. Maybe similar to Meteorite by Colourpop. I also just saw that Colourpop has relaunched their BYOP. I think I'm gonna get rid of this Poppy by Makeup Geek and keep the Colourpop one. Then we have more neons, not nuance. This is from Colored Rain. Slim Fit by Colourpop. Do you remember when Colourpop came out with a ton of neons? It was very nice. And then Oh by Colourpop. This was really part of the neon collection, but I also remember it being very tough to work with, so I'm gonna get rid of it. And the final one I have is Colored Rain Splash, which is beautiful, and I'm keeping. Okay, I think that I'm happy with this contained amount of corals. This was a full palette and we narrowed it down to just over half. I'm very happy about that. Next up, let's do pinks. I pulled in from different brands and different shapes and to see a little bit. So I'm gonna start with the light ones. I already know that these, I don't have anything like them in my collection. They're two very light pastel pinks that I don't have anywhere else. And then I would start with light shimmers. This one, I don't even know if it counts as a pink, but it has a pink base. This is Sunbeam by Cleona. Definitely not going anywhere, but it's more to compare if I have anything similar. I mean, it's ridiculous to think that I do, but hey, you never know. These Cleona shadows are so special. I love their glitter multi-chrome formula. So you see, for example, this one has a little bit of a shift, but it's not as strong in mint as the other one. So I don't think there's overlap there. And this one that has no shift. This one has a bit of a purple shift, I believe. Yeah, like a cooler blue shift right there, and it's also different. This one has no shift, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's a very delicate shimmery pink. And finally, I also have this Makeup Geek one, but it's almost more, this is whimsical, it's almost more of a cool tone pink. So here I don't see any dupes, which means they can all stay. I also don't see any dupes for my very bright pinks, so I'll also leave them there since you've seen them swatched in my previous video. I don't want to repeat that too much. These two guys don't have anything in common with it, so I'll put them away. And let's swatch my shimmery pinks, kind of. I have two multi-chromes here, Torch from Cleona and Cygnus from Divina. They have very, very similar shifts and pigments, but with how much these cost, I don't really want to get rid of them, to be honest. Do I need them both? No. So maybe I should get rid of one of the two. And if I must be honest, I do prefer the Cliona formula because there's more sparkle in it, because it's a glitter multichrome. The Divina one is also very nice, maybe a little bit warmer in tone. I wonder if I can show you the orange somehow. Yeah, no, I can't get rid of them because the Cliona is a little bit warmer. Sorry, the Divina is a little bit warmer. The Cliona is a little bit more sparkly. I can't get rid of them. I'll swatch a bit of these mid-tone. These are even like purple. Why would they be with my pinks? I threw in some of my Glam Shop as well. But I really don't see overlaps so far. These three are giving me trouble because they look very, very similar, and back here I really couldn't see them, so I decided to do them on my wrist. But they're all slightly different. This is more purple. This is the one that's really in the middle of the two, and this one is warmer. Do I need all three? No. I'm going to get rid of Pinky Promise by Colourpop. That's the middle one. I'm gonna keep the two Lethal Cosmetics ones. And then I still have this guy right here, which is more purple, and this guy right here, which should just be swatched with the purples, yes. Okay, I'm happy with this. And now let's take a look at the mattes. I have Confection by Makeup Geek. That is a cool toned pink, let's say, and I want to compare it to Prim and Proper, which is a bit more pink than Confection. But I don't think I need Confection at this point because I won't use them both. So one is enough. And maybe I should swatch this guy, which is Flower Boy by Colourpop, next to my Lethal Cosmetics shades. It's kind of a little bit deeper and in between, but this one is then Staycation by Makeup Geek. So actually I'll get rid of Flower Boy and keep Staycation. They swatch, on camera very differently. In my eyes they are very similar. On camera this one looks much more neon. But I think I'll keep Staycation from Makeup Geek and get rid of that one. What do we have more? This one is Fahrenheit by Lethal Cosmetics, one of my favorite shades that they make. And this will just never go away, even if it's similar to something else, which it isn't. And from these medium tones then, Verve by Nabla. Gorgeous, one of my favorites also in terms of formula. Get Out by Colourpop. Is it similar? No, it's warmer. Then we have Stay Golden by Colourpop. These are like staples for my plums and berries. This one is Tinseltown Matte, and this one is Berry Shady. They are actually different, I find. I think so. You can make a very nice gradient of them. Then what do we have? We can go deeper. This is Latchkey. More of a like pigment type of color. Cascade. More purple and more saturated, I think. Terminus. Lighter and more pink. I think we're there, right? This guy right here is Artemisia by Nabla, also different. Sherry Shape by Nabla. And I have here Unity by Lethal Cosmetics. And maybe I still have some overlap here with Makeup Geek stuff. No, these are more purple. And then these ones are, I think, cooler, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And anyways, these two are favorites in terms of formula as well, so I wouldn't get rid of them. So I think we are done. Only one shade from this category that went. Let me clean things up now. The next color is purple, and purple shifting things, and for someone who does not wear purple, I have a ton of purple, which is quite scary. I also noticed that there's quite a bit of overlap with like my warm pinks, so I'm gonna start with those. Like this one is Love Letter from Anastasia Beverly Hills that I bought because I decluttered Modern Renaissance, but I loved this color, and I wonder how similar it is to any of these that I looked at earlier. And my hands are starting to get dry. Very similar to the first one. This is Going Steady, so I'll get rid of that, put this one in here. This one is Sleeper by Colourpop, but this is much more purple than these, I think, but very similar to Sherry Shape. What do you guys think? Should I keep both? I think not. I'll get rid of Sleeper. And yeah, this is a very, very dark. It's called Razy. It's a very, very dark purple, more almost neutral. I think I'm gonna put it with my neutrals actually. Okay, that one being out of the way. There are a few of the deeper purple simple shimmers that I want to swatch next to each other, but I think I already did so in my previous declutter, and I don't look at all like anything else I own, even from, let's say, Lethal Cosmetics. Yeah, the only one I can think of indeed is this guy from Lethal Cosmetics and this guy from Colourpop, which is Lit. I'll get rid of Lit. And these can all stay. For very light shades, I have a few very light. This is almost a white with a little bit of a lilac. This one is more of a pink pastel. And this one's also from Glam Shop, from the Remix palette. It's a very bright pastel pink. I don't use these often, but I don't know, I like it. Wisteria from Makeup Geek. And Colored Rain Cute. And from up here, I think this guy I should compare, but again, it's more pink than any of these, I think. So these are all staying, which is a relief. These, I had them among my purples, but really they're just very cool toned neutrals, so I'll put them there. We will deal with them separately. Going forward, my muted lavender, this is Release from Lethal, and this one seems similar. It's Fairy Tale by Makeup Geek. Yeah, I don't think I need both. I'll get rid of Fairy Tale. Then I have two of these periwinkles. This one doesn't swatch great. This is Hopscotch by Makeup Geek. And this is Sequence by Lethal Cosmetics. And I don't think I use this at all. It's pristine. Now, not anymore. I'll keep Sequence and get rid of Fairy Tale. Let's switch arms, shall we? Sasanka. Oh, this one had a little bit of a UV damage or patina on it, so it's actually much more magenta than the purple that it looked on the top. But all of these I think are very unique, and also it's not stuff that I use very often. 143 by Colourpop, which I haven't used in a long time. More Colored Rain. This is one of my favorite bright magentas. More Colored Rain. These are all from the vibrant, what are they called? Pigments that they had. Poison Plum by Sugar Pill, which isn't picking up very well. See, I don't think I need this one. I have so many nice other. I'll get rid of Poison Plum. And then we have these deeper, more muted ones. This is an Inglot 325 that I depotted or pressed myself. Eresia by Nabla. Yeah. We have Undone by Lethal Cosmetics, also never touched. Why did I buy these things? My God. They're all three so similar. And the thing is, I like these formulas, all three, so I don't want to get rid of any of them, of course, but I really honestly would not use them. I need to think more. Night Call by Lethal Cosmetics. It's a little bit cooler tone. And then Mowed Down by Makeup Geek. And Taboo by Makeup Geek. And I want to swatch them with these purples as well. But there's nothing really overlapping there too much. I'm still on the fence for these middle three. I think I don't need them all. And it's these three. Let me know in the comments which one you'd like to get rid of. I can't choose. I really cannot choose right now. I have applied some primer on my arm for the shimmers, and let's get started. Pillow Talk by Makeup Geek, Daydreamer by Makeup Geek. I already got rid of the round pan of these that I had kept. Then we have Black Lights by Makeup Geek. I remember hunting this down a lot. And then, oh, I don't remember. This one from Lethal Cosmetics came without a thing, but I think it's Synth. Oh, very pretty. So see, now I can get rid of Black Light because the shift is similar, but this one is much nicer and more textured. Then Alchemy by Nabla Cosmetics. It's a bit warmer. It's different, I guess. I have Grisaille from Cliona. Ooh, so similar. Quite similar to Alchemy, I must say, but more sparkly. Very difficult choices now. It's getting harder and harder. Abrasion by Cliona on my knuckle. And you can see this is a different color base and shift. Then we go to some Glam Shop. This is a newer one for me. This is Vector, but it's much more mint in shift. This is Laser. Similar yet different. Vegas Bis. Different. And Efficus, which is a very famous one from them. And I thought it was gonna be similar to one of the Cliona, but it really isn't. Then I have the Grandmaster, Unicat, also that has nothing to do with the other shades. This one is from the Remix palette. they're all different, right? They're all different. This one is Zigzag. I don't think I need to swatch it. You can see that it's a green shift. And then Mr. Sandman by Colourpop, which is actually really nice, a little bit warmer. You guys, they're all different. So no, and this is Spirit by Lethal Cosmetics. They're all different. So no overlap, and that's my purples. Let's put them in their palettes. I had 2 palettes of purples and they all fit back into one. Makes me very, very happy. There were a lot of purples in my collection that I really didn't need or use. And I had forgotten the ones in my Maybe palette, but I'm gonna get rid of them now because I swatched them next to the rest and I don't really need them. So that's also good. Let's continue with some blue. I don't have a lot, but I have a full palette of Lethal Cosmetics of blues. And here are, I think, something that is more on the teal side, but let's see how it goes. I also have my green to teal palette here to check. One thing I immediately noticed is that I now removed all of the swatches from the previous one with Glass Bowl. Is very much into the vibe of the shadows that I showed you just now, and I think I have something that is better from Glam Shop, so I'm gonna get rid of Glass Bowl. Then yeah, let's take a look at the shimmers. This one is from Nabla Cosmetics. It's Virgin Island. Then I have Tammy Tanuka Subduing Gaze, which is very difficult to pick up. Oh, I did not put down a primer now, so pardon if the pigments will not look as good. This beautiful one is Blew My Mind from Makeup Geek, Quantum Sleep from Colourpop, and then here, oh yeah, one more, Pegasus from Makeup Geek. And then here I have a few, these are maybe more green actually and teal than any of these blues, from Lethal Cosmetics. So actually Pegasus and the second shade that I swatched from Lethal Cosmetics are quite similar, but I feel like they're all a little bit different enough to keep. Especially Pegasus is almost a more like nostalgic thing, or yeah, I don't think I can get rid of it. I just love it so much. And I want to swatch my teal shimmer while I'm here. So this one is quite similar to the one from Lethal Cosmetics. This is Super Zoom by Colourpop, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. This is a very dark by Makeup Geek, but I think that's about it, I guess. I actually can get rid of this Mermaid by NYX because the Lethal Cosmetic ones is nicer. These are more green, but I also now remembered that I didn't take out my Glam Shop blues and teals, so that will just increase my swatches a little bit. So then let's add these ones here. Oh, gorgeous. My God. Every time I swatch my Glam Shop shadows, I'm like mind blown. Absolutely mind blown. And see, this is maybe similar to this one in tone, but the sparkle in it makes it very unique. Okay, I think I cannot get rid of anything else regardless, because the swatches are quite different, and the sparkle in the Glam Shop ones doesn't actually make me want to get rid of the ones from Lethal Cosmetics, so we're good. Let's move on to the mattes. gonna start with New Heaven by Nabla, and then go into my Lethal Cosmetics ones, because I have so many of these light tealy ones that I will not, I don't know. And the problem is, and I'll tell you the thing, I love the formula of New Heaven, and I don't want to get rid of that, but I also don't want to declutter any of my Lethal Cosmetics shadows. So I'm useless for this part of the exercise. Will I ever use all of these? No. Especially this one right here is like a sky blue that I don't really use, but it's also, I have nothing like it. Same with all of these different ones. This is more of a periwinkle from Colored Rain, and these are more true blues, but with different undertones. I mean, they were in the same palette, so they're not dupes for each other, obviously. My favorite dark blue, which is Yacht Life by Colored Rain, a very dark blue from Nabla, which is Blue Velvet, obviously, and now let's see how this one compares right here. Yeah, maybe with this one a little bit, but both formulas that I don't want to get rid of. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Nothing to get rid of here. And some teals. This is the Inglot 338. I'm going to compare it with the Lethal Cosmetics one, but you see that Lethal Cosmetics is much more green. These are Troll by Glam Shop and Inglot 340. Different enough for me. And then of course I have my Makeup Geek ones. Ooh, so similar now. The Inglot and the Makeup Geek. Yeah, I don't think I'm ready to get rid of any of these. Too many light blues. But I'm not ready to get rid of any of these, unfortunately. They're all formulas and shadows that I really like. Do I use them? Not really, not very often, no, but I do really like them. So they're gonna go back in the palette. I'm gonna keep these teals out because I'm thinking of adding them to the greens. We'll see in a moment. I am officially avoiding greens because I don't know that I'm mentally prepared, so I might need to take a break in between before I do my greens. But let's take a look at oranges. I had already done this palette, so I knew I wanted to keep all of these. What is extra is from Glam Shop, this nice orange that reminds me of these, but they're all quite different. So that's great, I can put this in here. But then I also have my Lethal Cosmetic orangey shades. And that's very pastel, a little bit lighter even than that one. This guy right here is quite similar to this one, which is an Inglot shade, which means I'll keep that. And this final one is... How are they so similar? Oh, I think I made a mistake. Yeah, I think I double swatched the same thing. So I think these are fine. They can all stay. For shimmers, I have this guy right here from Lethal, and I'm thinking of what if it looks like anything here. But yeah, all three of them kind of. Especially this one, which is Copper Penny. I get rid of this one because it's similar to the one in my Lethal palette. And here I have some Glam Shop and Davina oranges, but they're all quite different, it looks like. So I swatched this, I swatched this. This guy right here is a gorgeous, true, very sparkly orange, and they all kind of have a shift, don't they? Whereas these are more traditional oranges. Yeah, this is so beautiful also, just in their own. This one is Tamitanuka. This is a multi-chrome. You can see it's orange but actually green, so this one's not going anywhere. This is Lynx by Divina. It looks a little bit similar to this. Oh no, it doesn't, does it? They both shift kind of more or less green. This is Lynx, this one right here, and this one is from Glam Shop. And this one is Centauros by Divina, which also shift orange to green, but a little bit of a different shift. And then these two are just bonkers. This one is even more red than orange, I would say. Yeah. And these are the marble eyeshadows from Glam Shop. Okay, nothing to report here. They're all staying and all amazing. And then I forgot completely to check with my Makeup Geek. This is much lighter than anything else. This one's more mustard, that's Chickadee. And this guy, yeah, that's similar to these. That's the Lethal Cosmetics and the Inglot, which I'm not ready to get rid of. So, saved by the baby who's awake. This is where I'm gonna stop for today. Stay tuned for the next part and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!